Welcome back to the channel, and welcome once again to Virginia International Raceway. This weekend was a bit special. Precision Track Days booked essentially the entire track. So Friday's event was VIR full, and then on Saturday and Sunday was both the North and the South course. So if you wanted to, you could have ridden both the South and North course on the same day, because they staggered the groups and their sessions. So you could roll off of the North course, come over to the South course, take a 10-20 minute break, and then your next session would begin. So you could go back and forth all day if you wanted to. Something like, 12 sessions you could have possibly had, which is pretty cool. Exhausting, but pretty cool. So I opted just to run on the South course for both Saturday and Sunday. It's South was it's probably my favorite course. I love it so much, and it's one that I've been working really hard at to get better and have faster lap times. And I was thinking that most people were probably going to be booked on the North course. It's just a really popular one. Moto America was there just the weekend before, so yeah, I just figured by going over to the South course, I probably have a lot of open track and a lot of breathing room, stuff like that. And that's pretty much what ended up happening. It was much less attendance over on the South course, but I had my sessions pretty much all to myself. On Sunday, there was only one other advanced rider, and we decided to split up the sessions to have 30 minutes A group and B group, and then another 30 minutes for C and D. So let's go ahead and hop onto the track here. We'll play the lap, and I'll make some notes as we go, and we'll probably jump over into Race Studio to have a look a little bit closer at the data. And really, I want to show you is in the split time reports. I've mentioned in a previous video about how powerful this tool is, and it's pretty much what I attribute to the progress that I've made in the last year. It's looking at this data and understanding what it's telling you and how you can utilize it to improve. One of the key benefits is it'll show you in the report highlighted sectors in blue that you've done fastest out of the data that you've supplied it. And what you can do there is hop into those areas and take a look at the telemetry and see what it is that you were doing different. And as I mentioned before, it kind of makes you a roadmap of what you need to follow in order to achieve those best times. So let's go ahead and have a look at that. so let's have a look at the data here. On that last lap, I did a personal best of 1 minute 14.268. And the power of the software in Race Studio 3 for the split time reports, this is that lap shown here. But notice in the data above, you have cells that are in red, some that are grayed out, black and blue. The blue highlighted cells are the fastest times through each of these sectors. And if you could theoretically string all of those sectors together with your fastest performance through them, you can get this value here. And this is telling me that if I could potentially put all those sectors together in that combination, I could run as fast as a 1 minute 11.737, which would be phenomenal. I mean, that's a blazing fast lap. So again, this is how cool the software is. You can look at each one of these sectors, wherever you see a highlighted little blue cell, and if you look over on the map here, it'll show you what you did. And what you can do here is then just take some notes. You can see here, if I highlight over the different cells, you see these different lines appearing. And I would say take this with a grain of salt. The positioning accuracy of the GPS is, it's not so finite, absolute that you're going to get down to an inch. I think you get something like plus or minus a couple feet, maybe 3 feet. But that's just trajectory. But you can still look at those laps and go back to your speed and distance, and figure out from here. Maybe you carried a little more roll speed. Maybe you accelerated a little bit earlier. Things of that nature. So all in all, it was a fun weekend. I ended up running 2 personal bests. On Saturday, I ran a 1:14.3. And then on Sunday, I did a little bit better at a 1:14.2. And these are those 2 laps overlapping one another. And again, using your reference lap here at the bottom, this is the difference between whatever laps you're looking at above. And in this case, I can see some of the areas where I was faster. Again, in the red line is the faster of the 2 laps. And the first sector going down into turn 1 looks like I carried some speed a little bit farther. And again, this is in distance now, speed and distance. Looks like I carried turn 1 a little bit faster. I also carried a little bit more pace going up the top of the hill around here. Yeah, this is the top of the carousel. And then a few other places along the track. Kind of interesting here, I carried a little bit higher top speed on the end of, I guess this would be the exit of the oak tree turn. But overall, yeah, it was a great weekend. Got to hang out with everybody, get some riding in, some cool photos that Josh got. This is a really cool one, just kind of looking at the track with just me on it. That was a lot of fun. And another cool little shot here coming around oak tree. But yeah, that'll about do it for this video. I'm going to be at CMP the first week of September. So if you're out there, come stop by, say hi. And until next time, thanks for watching.